Who's the hardest quarterback to go against in practice? Trey or Jimmy? Well, I don't really. I'm gonna say. Of course, I gotta say. I'm gonna say both of them. Both of them kind of tough, but like I go against Trey more than I go against Jimmy, just because Trey be running. He be running a scout team, and Trey piss you off at practice, man. Only reason Trey piss you off at practice, obviously, because he'll probably complete a pass and then he'll look at you, and that shit that piss DBs off. But he'll piss you off because he'll move out the pocket and throw the ball, and I head we be thinking it's time and the clock. So if he throw the ball and it's a scramble route, so we've been covering probably for 6 or 7 or 8 seconds, and then somebody catch the ball, and then you got to get coached on that shit. 'Cause your coach gonna tell you, "Oh, finish the play." Like, man, the man was sacked too.
What is going on, 49er faithful? It's your boy Chili Will, and welcome to the 49er Street Squad, baby. So much to talk about, man. Our Niners have been in the news because there's just been so many things going on with the organization, new free agents, new players, we're going to get into the draft and everything, and it's just so much to cover. So, I'm going to give you my version of the draft. I might not get as deep as some others, that really dissect it because there's just a lot of prospects out there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of players to cover, so I got a few I selected, mostly off the contacts that the San Francisco 49ers have either reached out to, spoke to on the phone, or maybe just kind of like on their hit list, so to speak. So I pretty much went by a lot of those players, and kind of checked a lot of those players out. And I thought, like, well, let me see what we got going on here. You know what I'm saying? What the Niners have going on the inside of the house. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we're still waiting for my co-partner to come on and stuff. But while I'm waiting, why don't we go ahead and cover some recent Niner news? Let's take a look. As I said earlier, the San Francisco 49ers have signed 3 more free agents. They picked up a few days ago. They picked up Malik Turner. He's a wide receiver. Okay, used to formerly play with the Cowboys and I think the Seahawks. Okay, and this guy 6'2", good height. He had last year he had 12 receptions for 149 yards and 3 touchdowns. So he's been added to the Kyle Shanahan offense, baby. So that ought to be interesting. So now, Debo, and we got to get into Debo news too. Debo and Brandon Ayuk, right? And what's up, man? What's my third guy? What's up, Liz? What's going on, Liz? Liz says hello. Hello. How you doing, Liz? Thanks for watching the show and tuning in. All right. Trying to control a lot of things here. So a lot of distractions, you know what I'm saying? Let me get this banner going here. All right. But as I was saying, anyway, yeah, they added Malik Turner to the offense, and they also signed Marcus Johnson to the squad. Marcus Johnson. Let me go ahead and let me get that. Okay, Marcus Johnson. He also actually played for the Colts, another Colts player. Played for Tennessee Titans. He was drafted by Philly, and the guy, he's got some seasoning on him. He's 27 years old. Another tall receiver, good size, 6'1", he had about 51 receptions for 839 yards last season for 3 touchdowns. So another good pickup for the San Francisco 49ers. We're getting a little more deeper now, right? In the wide receivers. So, yeah, that's 2 more guys. And, man, it kind of makes you wonder about, what could be going on behind closed doors. with the San Francisco 49ers, with all these receivers now, But let's talk about another big signing here. They just recently picked up, signed today, as a matter of fact. They signed, let me make sure I get his brother's name, Kemoko Turay. Okay, he's a defensive end. He comes from the Colts, and they just signed him to a 1-year deal. Okay, Kemoko Turay. Hope I ain't butchering up too many of these guys' names, I'll tell you. But he's a defensive end guy, and he's being added to what's already a very deep, list of defensive linemen for the San Francisco 49ers, which I have no problem with because I'm a defensive guy and I love defense. You know what I'm saying? So Kemoko Turay, welcome to the San Francisco 49ers. Along with him, we have, they got Nick Bosa, they're going to have Eric Armstead, Kinlaw, Bacham, Givens, Montague, Hurst, Hyder, Willis, and a recent guy, another Colts guy, I think, Ridgeway. I bet you a lot of Colts players or fans must be thinking like, man, San Francisco 49ers are getting a lot of our guys, Probably a little payback for taking our guy, But hey, defense looking deep. Defense is looking deep. I'm telling you, it's you figure out of the what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He makes about the 11th guy. Well, out of the 11 guys that they have on defensive line here, you figure they're only going to keep about maybe 8 or 9, right? So, it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be interesting how they how this roster shapes up over the season, as the season approaches. Because, man, we're looking deep. I mean, I think, I was looking at these guys and I'm already thinking to myself, like, okay, do we have like what looks like on paper a better lineup compared to like last year's lineup? And we had some great players. I mean, we lost a few. We lost Keys and, a few other guys. Jones, and it just, I think by the Niners going out and looking for these gentlemen to add to the defensive line, I mean, they kind of like, looking a little more beefier, I think. A little more beefier on the front line. So, yeah, I think it's going to be, this is going to be scary. It's going to be scary, So, yeah, he's our new recent signing, Kemoko Turay. And let's see. So, let's see. What's also the 49ers recently were, let's see. Oh, I got that already. Oh yeah, other news, San Francisco news. Our boy Frank Gore. I just want to talk about Frank Gore, running back Frank Gore. Big fan of, many faithful big fan of Frank Gore. Anyway, he has signed a 1-day contract because he wants to retire a San Francisco 49er. He wants to retire a San Francisco 49er. He's going to be a true Hall of Famer, and so I know this season is going to be exciting because, they're obviously going to give him one of those, good retirement kind of ceremonies at the stadium. I'm sure. Don't know which day or anything, but it's going to be great to see old 21 Frank Gore's jersey get lifted and put up there on the wall. It's a faithful retirement number. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be really exciting. Frank Gore is a great guy. Got a chance to kind of bump into him when we were out in Miami at the Super Bowl. So that was pretty cool. And took a little picture with him and stuff. I didn't upload it to show you guys, but I should have done that. But yeah, he took pictures with the family. It was really cool. And Frank Gore, just a nice guy. What can you say? So the other big news, and I wanted to ask you guys how you feel about this, is our boy Deebo. Deebo Samuels recently, he has his Instagram account, Twitter, and all those social media, and so he took his profile down. Okay, and looks like he's looking to get paid on his contract this year. So there's been a lot of talk about that. Recently, it was said that he was looking to make, I think, up to $25 million a year. And, that's what he's right now shooting for. I think that's what he wants, according to sources. And so I don't know what to make of that right now. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind obviously signing the guy because Debo, obviously, he's like a Swiss Army knife on that offense. We saw him last year, had a chance to get in the backfield, run the ball a little bit because we were missing out on some running backs. So we had to, Kyle Shanahan had to do his best to just, reach down in his pocket and figure out, who else can I whip out there in the defensive backfield that can give me some great running ability. And of course, Debo Samuel was the man, Call of Duty. And so, you got to pay the man. He's obviously a great player. But I will say this. I don't know. It just I hate when I have to just see, guys, any of our players for that matter, that they're up for contract, and they're up for contract, and it's like they got to take the social media and do like things like this to just, I don't know, I guess get the organization's attention, and I think that that's just it's. I don't know. I don't like it. I think these guys, not just Debo. Like there's I think also Kyle Murray. They're saying he's kind of lashed out on social media about he's looking to get a new contract, get paid. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, guys. I don't like when they do that. I mean, like, how do you guys feel? If you hear, if you're watching, hit me up in the comments. Just tell me how you feel about this whole Debo situation. I mean, do you does it matter to you that he took to social media, took his profile picture down, or do you care just, or you just like pay the man, pay him what's needed because that's our guy Debo. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I think it is just a little tacky. I mean, I'll get into it some more, but let me hit up some comments here. Let's see. Monica chimes in. Said Debo will be back. I feel they give him what he wants. 49 usually negotiations and do negotiations in July. And that's very true. That's very true. And I like that because when let's see, I think when Warner and who else was up for? I think it was a Fred Warner recently. You didn't see him doing things like taking himself off of social media and trying to just be like kicking us to the curb a little bit. I mean, I get it. You're trying to make a point, but it just doesn't work, man. I mean, I don't like it, man. I just don't like to see any players do that. 'Cause, I mean, these guys are just so blessed to be playing football from Jump Street and make the money that they're already making right now. And yeah, it might not be as much as some others. I get it. I mean, I get the whole money business side of things, but there's just still a professionalism that you should make sure that, because, you're representing the team, you know what I'm saying? And, when some of these players go out and start doing these things, I think it just kind of reflects on the team a little bit bad in a way. It's like, oh, you guys gotta, result to resources like this just to try to get some attention, just to try to get John Lynch's attention and Kyle, whoever else. And I don't know. Is it all a game? Whatever. But I don't know. I just feel, like I said, I just feel there's that fine line to professionalism in football, especially when it comes to contract, I mean, that stuff to me just should be kept behind the scenes, and Debo, I think obviously we know how great of a player he is. The 49er organization knows how great of a player he is. And guess what? I'm sure they're going to take care of him. Matter of fact, Lynch had already made clear earlier that, money was set aside for Debo and Bosa. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if it was $25 million a year, but, I'm sure maybe he's got them scratching their head because now, Kyle's even been quoted as saying that he's been open to trades for Debo. Don't think it's going to happen, but maybe he's playing a little game back saying, oh, Debo wants out. Maybe we can do something if the right team comes along with some picks, right? I mean, maybe we get a couple of first rounders for him and God knows what else, so it's all a business game. It's all a business game. Let's check in. Oh, Nina Glow checked in and said Debo is not leaving the Niners. She said he's not going. I believe you, Nina Glow. He ain't going nowhere. I don't think so. I mean, it would be really, Faith will be up in the uproar over that. They would be in the big uproar over Debo leaving this team, But let me see what else I got. We got Liz said it's tacky, but it feels won't hurt to ask. Either he gets or he doesn't. Good point. Good point. You know what? I always say NFL stands for not for long, and sometimes you gotta be able to count your blessings as a player in this league and be just grateful. You gotta be grateful because you just never know, when it's gonna be all over for you. You know what I mean? I look at it like this. As talented as Debo is, much as I love having him on the team, if it really got that ugly and messy, I mean, I always say, somebody's always out to get your job. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people, there's nobody out there better than Debo right now. Well, you don't know that. We got the draft coming up. We got if you look at the wide receivers coming out in this draft, okay, there's some pretty talented ones. I'm sure there's some other Debo-ish receivers that are out there that would love to take his place. And would love to have that small window of opportunity to come into this team and make a name for himself, like Debo did. Debo had the one good solid year, no doubt. But first, last year before that, he had to battle some injuries in the first season. He was still finding his way around. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, everybody's replaceable, as far as I'm concerned. So. That's just one of those things we got to sit back and watch and see what happens. See what happens. Let me see. Let's see. Monica the best chimes in and said it could make his teammates feel like he is better than the team. Yeah, exactly. You don't see Bosa doing this. Exactly. Good point. You don't see Bosa taking this profile picture and disengaging with the 49ers, knowing he'd do for a contract too. And let me tell you, he's probably looking to get paid just as much as Debo, if not more. So yeah, it could affect the team, because it could affect the team kind of like in a kind of small, ugly way. Other guys, other guys might think, what makes this dude think he's all that special? I mean, he's good. I'm not trying to say he's not. But it could stir things up. It could stir things up in the locker room. You know what I mean? And maybe upset folks. And sometimes that's all it takes is just that bad seed to just kind of stir things up a little bit, right? And everybody else be affected by it. So that's my man CG Ruthless done checked in. What's up, CG? Let me get you here. He says, hey, bro, my man, CG, I'll tell you this, brother. You got to check my boy out, CG Ruthless Sports, man. He's doing big things over there. My guy, he's got he's had a 49er player on there, Josh Hokett. I'm getting his name right. But he's got college. He's been talking to a lot of these draft prospects coming up in the draft and stuff, man. So you gotta check him out. He's a great guy. And he had me on the show not too long ago, which was really cool. I always remember that. That's the first show I was ever invited to, so that was cool. But hey, CG, what's up, man? Appreciate you checking in and checking things out in the 49 Street Squad right now. He said the grind never stops. That's right, brother. It don't stop for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. What else got here? Oh, now Glow checked in. Bosa's brain does not work that. He's a do guy. He's a do kind of guy. That's a good one. I like both of those, man. Yeah, he's a meathead, but boy, you never see such a stud ass player come out on the field looking the way he does, man, looking like He-Man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all this swelled up biceps, shoulders. This dude looks like a football monster goddess. You know what I'm saying? I mean, oh man. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, man, CG hooking up, man. And you gotta check my boy. He's cool. CG. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, back to the Debo situation. Yeah, so that's how I feel about that, guys. I don't I'm hoping though things will work. I'm matter of fact, I'm very positive that it's gonna, at the end of the day, when the dust settles, the Niners will reach out and make sure that Debo's taken care of and that he will be able to continue to be successful to San Francisco 49ers and be that vital receiver for us. I think with each passing year, a lot of him and a lot of these guys are just getting better and better and better. Let's see. So, all right. So enough on the Debo talk for now, guys. So we got, the draft is coming up 2 more weeks. And so let's get into that a little bit. Let me see. I got stuff kind of a little bit lined up. Wait for my boy to come on. Let's see here. Hold on a minute. Oh yeah. I meant to post this too, man. I'm gonna give Frank Gore the big thank you, man. Gonna retire his jersey this year. Frank Gore, the man. Brother Torian right there. Awesome guy. Look forward to seeing that ceremony. That's gonna happen. Also, before we get into draft talk, I wanted to let's see. Wanted to let you guys know that the draft party will be happening in Las Vegas on April 28th with special guests Fred Warner and let me move my little title thing here. You can read the whole thing. Fred Warner, Eli Mitchell will be there, and it's going to be great. It's put on by my guy John Chapman from the 49er Rush Road Trip, 49er Rush podcast, but it's part of the 49er Rush Road Trip. And you just go to 49rushroadtrip.com like it says right there. You can get yourself tickets to go to the draft party. It's going to be at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. And it's going to be fun, man. They got prizes. It's going to be a full bar. You get to hang out. Go Fred. Rub shoulders. Get some autographs. Probably get to chop it up with him. It's going to be pretty cool. So make sure you get tickets. I know John told me they're going fast, so you want to get on there and get them tickets real quick, man. So, yeah, that's gonna be the ultimate party going on in Las Vegas, man. Mandalay Bay. So let's get into the draft, guy. I'm gonna give you Chili Will's version of the draft. Now, I don't consider myself, one of the best draft analysts. When it comes to drafting period, I got favorite players like everybody else has favorite players. So we're gonna get into some of the guys that the Niners have at least meted up with. And these are the guys that I've been focusing on the draft. I've been checking out some of the players that the Niners have already reached out to and talked to, because usually, even if you go in the past couple of years, if you kind of follow like who they've been reaching out and talking to, you'll find out that a lot of the guys that they kind of had on their list are some of the players that they actually did draft, So I kind of thought, well, you know what? Let me see who they got listed for the draft, and let me check, let me check out some tape, look at some of these guys, So I think I'm just gonna start out in groups here. So far they have spoke to over 30 guys, so I think about almost 35 guys by now. And probably between now and the next 2 weeks, I'm sure they'll reach out to more of these guys. But some of the ones I know they did reach out to already. And we'll just start out with the wide receivers first, okay? Because I like the wide receivers. I'm not saying this is who they're going to pick first, but we'll just talk about them a little bit, But let's see. Some of the wide receivers that they reached out to were wide receiver Christian Watson. That's if you don't know, that's Christian Watson, wide receiver out of North Dakota State University, who is Trey Lance's right-hand guy who used to play with. And a lot of people like him. They like him because they think he's a good fit for Trey Lance, because, Trey Lance will be starting next year. I still believe that, whether Jimmy's here or not. And, of course, Jimmy Ward likes Trey Lance. Anyway, so Christian Watson, he's one of the wide receivers that are looking like they could be the person a wide receiver to come in here to the Niners and be a great wide receiver for this team. They also have on their list wide receiver Treylon Burks. Okay, he's from Arkansas. And Bo Melton from the Rutgers. His name's been kind of tossed around. I've been hearing a lot of people talking about him. You know, um, they also reached out to and spoke to, I think, let's see, wide receiver Danny Gray. He's from SMU, and another receiver, Samori Toure from Nebraska. Let me see. Those are those. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. Some of the wide receiver players that the Niners have reached out to. So let's take a little quick look into some of these guys. So here's Christian Watson. Christian Watson out of North Dakota State. Okay. Let's see here. He's got some good height, which I like. 6'5". Kind of always wanted to have. It would be nice to have like a nice tall receiver with some good hands and some good speed. And I think this gentleman definitely fits the bill. Christian Watson. Weight's 211. His hands range is 10. Got some good length in the arms. 32 inches. Wingspan just over 77 inches. So this guy's got definitely a long reach. Over his overall rating, according to NFL Buzz, where I got these numbers from, his overall rating was 84.2 out of 100. And so they say he ranks 50% with his hands in catching the ball. Short receiving, he's ranks at about 73%. In his intimate routes, he's ranked at 79%. Deep threat, 80%, and blocking 60%. Now we know on Kyle Shanahan's list of receivers, he likes receivers that could do a lot of different things, whether it's taking the ball, running in the backfield, making plays, if you got to run deep, fast, most of all blocking. Kyle Shanahan loves receivers that can block. Okay. You got to, let's ask Brandon Ayuk about that. He obviously was in the doghouse because he wasn't blocking very well. But you know what? He learned. He picked it up. So that's Christian Watson. Let's take a look at another guy. This is another favorite of mine right here. It's Treylon Burks. He's a receiver out of Arkansas. Another good tall fella. He's about 6'3", about my height. And let's see, his hands. He ranks pretty high with his catches at 81%, short receiving 97%, intimate routes 99%, deep threat 100%. Blocking though 32%. So the blocking might be a problem, but something he could definitely learn. I'm sure if he was to come to the Niners, that would be definitely a skill set that he would have to develop a lot better. Let's take a look at another guy here, another wide receiver, Samori Toure. He's out of Nebraska. In his hands, he's catching at 71%. Catching short passes, short receiving at 77%. Intimate routes 82%. Deep threat 83%. Blocking 57%. So he's another guy the Niners have reached out to and spoke to for the team. Now this other guy, Danny Gray. I like this kid. I checked out his tape, watched him, man, and when I watch these highlight tapes of these guys, the numbers and obviously how many receptions, touchdowns, and yards did they run for the season. It's all obviously very important. But when you watch them on tape and they have a way of jumping out at you, like you're kind of like, man, this guy looks like he got some promise. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure when Bill Walsh just so happened to come across some footage of Jerry Rice back in the day when he was at Mississippi Valley State, there was obviously something that just jumped out at Bill and thought, man, something about that kid looks good, Well, that's how I kind of felt about this guy, Danny Gray. Okay. Out of a small school, D1 school, SMU. Okay. You watch this guy on tape, though, man, he's got he's got a little dog in him. He's got some good speed, man. This kid's got some wheels. Okay. He's got some real good speed. In his hands, he's ranked at 54%, short receiving 77%, intimate routes 82%, deep threat 80%, blocking 54%. Okay. They say his draft grade is about 5th round, so he could be about a 4th, 5th rounder, but I know what you're saying. Well, the Niners already have a bunch of receivers. Yeah, we got a bunch of everybody right now. But I think that hey, they obviously got to build for the future. So, you know, still got to look at a lot of these guys. Yeah. So yeah, Denny Gray. He's a guy that kind of stuck out to me, and I really like him. Okay. Now moving on to another position. Let me see. Wide receiver. They, I think, so far looked at. Well, it could be more, but about 6, 7 wide receivers they've been looking into and talking with, from my intel, from what I find out. Let's see. Another position that looks big on their list, and obviously it has shown through the free agency, is the defensive ends. Okay, so a lot of defensive ends coming out in this draft that look really, really good. And there's a couple that Chili Will liked. And well, there's a few actually I liked, but a couple that kind of stuck out to me. And out of all the defensive ends that they spoke to, well, edge rushers anyway, one favorite for a lot of people is Mashai. I want to say Mashai Sanders. Okay, he's out of Cincinnati. Been hearing his name floating around. Everyone think he's a great guy to go after for edger. And of course, there's Boye Maafi. Okay, another guy looks really good out there. See, did I put him on my list here? I didn't put that photo up there. Anyway, he's another guy though that's been on people's minds. I've heard his name floating around from other, people talking about him as far as the Niners drafting. And then you got another guy they spoke to was Alex Wright. I'm not sure what school he's from. I didn't write it down, but another edge guy. Another defensive end, Michael Badeo. They spoke to him. And also defensive end, Michael Clemens. They also, reached out to Dominique Robinson. So there you go. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, and recently, well, I won't get into that right now. Anyway, those are some of the guys that they reached out and spoke to right now. So there's one fellow though that stuck out to me that I like watching this tape, was his highlights again. Just looking at some of these plays, you just kind of feel like, what jumps out at you? What makes you just like a certain guy? You know what I mean? But this guy, bring him up, Drake Jackson. He's a edge rush out of USC. Them boys from USC, man, they get some good hitters out of there. His overall ranking is 89.4 out of 100. His tackling was ranked 70%, pass rush 89%, run defense 75%. So I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. That's a USC. That's a school where Ronnie Lott, big hitter came from. You know what I'm saying? And a few other big boys, man. USC always produced some good talent. And so Drake Jackson is a guy, one of the favorites I think I like, that I think maybe the Niners might look into getting in the draft. Not sure, but and of course, then the other gentleman here is Myjai Sanders. He plays for Cincinnati. His tackling is ranked at 50%, pass rush 90%, run defense 79%. So pretty even there, And you want a good edge guy that can, get up on the pass and even on the run. You know what I'm saying? Pretty fast guy. So these two guys, Drake Jackson and Sanders, are probably my two top guys that I like. Again, just watching tape and checking them out. I like those guys that kind of jump out to me. Let's see. Let me see what we got here. Okay. All right. Okay. Moving on in the draft. So yeah, the Niners have looked at a lot of defensive end, a lot of edge players. I mean, like about 8-9 total. So definitely either looking. I mean, we have a lot of guys now, as I just told you earlier. But now that you can tell they must be looking in the future that who else can they add to the team that could benefit us. Later on. Not later on in the season, maybe next following season. These are some of the guys they're looking into. So let's look at cornerbacks. Okay. So, as far as the cornerbacks, okay, the 49ers have been talking to, let's see, Chase Lucas, this gentleman. Not sure what school he's from. Kalon Barnes and Marcus Jones. And let's see, Marcus Jones. Let me see. Also, they've talked to safety Leon O'Neal, who I think they're getting ready to have a meeting. I think he's been invited to the facility. I think they're going to talk to him soon. And safety Kirby Joseph. Now, out of the secondary here, cornerback, safeties, some of the ones I like that were my favorite, Chili's favorite. Okay, this guy right here, Marcus Jones. Marcus Jones from Houston. Man, this guy got some good speed, and man, he's got some great cover skills. If you're watching him on tape, you can't help but feel, yeah, you look again. You look at this player. He's the kind of guy that gets your attention. You think, man, this guy, he look like he's got some mad skills. He got some mad skills. So I think, I mean, he's definitely one of my favorites as far as the secondary, as far as cornerback, Marcus Jones. His tackling, he ranked 75, run defense, 84%, as you can see, coverage, 88, zone, 89%, and see, his main press is 70, looks like 76%. I made that graph so small I can't even read it. So yeah, I like this guy, Marcus Jones. Marcus Jones. And I don't have, let me see, do I have him up here? No. But another guy that looked pretty good to me, safety Leon O'Neal. I can't remember off the top of my head what school he's from. Let me see. Because I do have other notes here. Let me see. Well, see, got to keep good notes because, man, there's so many players, man, to keep up with here. Yeah, I guess I thought I wrote it down. I didn't have it. But anyway, he's one of my favorites. Leon O'Neal, and the Niners going to meet with him, I think, sometime in the coming days and talk to him. So, that's always a good sign when they're inviting you to come and talk to you. That means they really, it must be really have their eye on you. They might be thinking about getting you. So yeah. Other positions here now, obviously the offensive line, guys. Offensive line. Who we're going to get for offensive line now. So far, they haven't, as far as on their contact list, haven't reached out to too many. Not to say there ain't more, but offensive lineman Cole Strange out of Chattanooga. You got offensive tackle Gene DeLance and center Cam Jurgens. Okay, and let's see here. Here's one, Cole Strange out of Chattanooga. He's a big boy, 6'5", 307 pounds. Ranked 74 with his pass blocking and 80% on his run blocking. So, numbers look pretty good. He looks like he could be a third rounder. So could that be a guy the San Francisco 49ers is looking at? Because, we do have to, think about the old line. We need we got to think center because we don't know. I mean, Mac, I do believe is coming back next year, but, I'm sure it will definitely be his last year. And who knows? He could change his mind between now and the beginning of the season. Maybe decides to leave. You know what I mean? And we got to have somebody to take up that center spot and also that right guard spot. So far, those are the guys that I know that they have reached out with. Oh, there was another defensive end guy, D'Angelo Malone out of Western Kentucky. He was another guy Niners have spoke with. So what do you guys think? I know a lot of you must have your favorites. But again, Chili Wills is working. I'm just working off the contact list, that the 49ers have reached out to a lot of these players. They have a couple of tight ends they reached out to, Daniel Bellinger, other tight end named Chikosium Okan. Man, I can't even say his last name. Okunquano. He looked pretty good. I saw that guy's tape for tight end. Big boy, real big boy. Catches really good. Looked pretty good on tape. Let's see. What else we got here? Oh, Now, on the list, I noticed that there was one linebacker that they reached out to, and he went by the name of Troy Anderson out of Montana State. Okay. Now, linebackers, I think we're pretty much set, but, it never hurts to have another linebacker, and I can see why they got their eye on this guy. If you look at his tape, his highlight tape, Troy Anderson, this guy looked pretty good. I mean, they say this dude's done it all. I mean, he's played like quarterback, running back, cornerback, safety. I mean, it seems like he's played a lot of different positions already, just through his years, coming up through college, high school, college, and he looked like a good prospect, Troy Anderson. So make sure you get a chance to check him out if you haven't already. But I like that kid. I think he looks like kind of reminds me of what's that Van Ness guy, the linebacker that the Dallas Cowboys picked up? I can't remember. I think it's Van Ness something. I don't know. He was came from Denver. Excuse me, not the team Denver Broncos, but he went to I can't think of the name of the school, but I'm talking about, team with the blue field. Anyway, but this guy Troy Anderson, man, I'm telling you, I think he could be a good little steal. I think matter of fact, they don't pick him up in one of these rounds, he could be a good one of those undrafted free agents that they can pick up after the draft. So I'm going to keep my eye out for that one because I liked him, Troy Anderson. So yeah, man. So that's basically my list. Like I said, I try to tell you, I didn't get too crazy. Now there's been other names floating around. I know people have, that I've been reading on feeds and watching on other people's shows that they liked. There's Kobe Bryant out of Cincinnati, a cornerback. And I like this guy, Kobe Bryant. He's really good. I just don't think, I'm not too sure if Niners will. That's tough. I don't know if they'll get a chance to get their hands on him, but you never know. You never know. I mean, now that the Niners have all these players that they just signed, these free agent players, I mean, who's to say they can't take some of these picks? Maybe 3 out of the 9, maybe make a deal with somebody and at least move up in the second round, if they can't get up in the first round, and maybe get a good deal on somebody, you know what I'm saying? So, because I mean, man, the team is looking solid. I mean, they seem to have taken care of a lot of positions that need to be taken care of in free agency, and see, a lot of these guys it's gonna take whoever they end up getting in the draft, that's gonna have to be a real outstanding kind of player. Okay, so yeah, Kobe Bryant from Cincinnati. A lot of people like him. There was another safety, Jaquan Brisker. I can't remember what school he played with, but for his name float around. Another good steal could be this gentleman out of Ole Miss. He's a defensive edge rusher, Sam Williams. This guy looked really good. He got a lot of dog in him, man. I was checking out his highlight tape, man, and he was creating some damage, man. This brother can get it. He's real fast off the corner, got some good speed. Get after some of these guys. And but the only bad thing on this guy is that there was some kind of deal where he, I think it had to do with domestic violence, but I think it was cleared that, he was cleared from it in 2021. So I don't know. I don't know if the Niners want to make that risk, man. I don't know. Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. My man CJ done hit in here. Hit me up in comments. Says that Nick Bonito is who I want from Oklahoma. He should be available, maybe. Nick Bonito. Okay. All right. Oh, we got some people checking in. Moses Martinez. What's up, Moses? Yo, 49 Street Guard. What's up from Fresno? What's up? Fresno in the house. Shoot, man. Faithful all over, man. Love it. But so let me ask you guys this question while I have you guys on. Let me ask you a question. Okay, I'm going to put it out there for you. Now this is just my question to you guys is, Will the Niners pick offense or defense first in the draft? What do you think? Will it be an offensive player, defense, or will it even be special teams? You know, there's a kicker, I think, out of San Diego State. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but they were talking about him. Supposed to be a real good kicker. Who knows? But you think they'll go either offense or defense, man? Just hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Will the Niners pick offense or defense? I think, personally, I'm not going to say nothing yet because I don't want y'all to just copy me. I'm kidding. Let's see. I think, Niners, I feel they're going to go defense. I think they picked offense last year, so I think they'll go defense this year. Let me see. Oh, Martinez. Because I believe 49ers will go defensive back. Okay. Which I hope is either Piltry from Baylor or Marcus Jones. Marcus Jones. Okay. Yeah, I like Marcus Jones. I love the techniques. Love not they don't just tackle but deliver punishment, just like how I played as a defensive back. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Marcus Jones. That's a favorite of mine too, man. I think I have a feeling the Niners most definitely will be looking to get their hands on this guy. I definitely have a feeling they will do that. Yeah, Marcus Jones. He's one of my favorites. No lie right there. I was going to ask you what position should Niners address first. Some of you already answered in your comments. Cornerbacks. Offense. One of the two. But I like I said, I think I was saying, I thought actually defensive edge was going to be the position they should really look to, but now they picked up, a guy Torrey from the Colts. I'm kind of like, well, maybe he's not so much of a need. The defensive end might not be much of a need now. Maybe they decide to go another direction. They might have their eyes on somebody else, So, yeah. Okay. Let me see here. I was what was my third question? I had a third question for y'all. Let's see if I get this on here. Where we at? Okay. Oh, I should have asked you this earlier. I got some of y'all on here now. Maybe y'all can comment on it. How do you feel about Debo removing Niners, removing himself from social media? His little profile picture. I touched on that for about a good few minutes on the beginning of the show, but some of you that weren't on then, maybe you could throw in a comment and just tell me what you think about that. I'm not going to get back into it again, but if you want to comment on that, go ahead. But let's hope everything goes smooth with Debo when they have the guy on the team and not get caught up in the hype and all the craziness. You know what I'm saying? So let's see here. All right, so listen. So that's basically, who I kind of checked out as far as the draft. So I'm going to just show you my little mock draft that Chili Will put together, and don't laugh because again, I just kind of whipped this together, and I don't even know for sure certain players will be available or not, but I'm going to post what I have here. So okay. Let's get this going here. Here we go. Let's see here. Where is it? Where's Chili's mock draft? Here we go. You guys ready? My mock Chili Willie's mock draft. Okay, now this I did this like a few days ago before some things that just recently happened as far as free agents pickup that the Niners did. So, but I still kind of believe it can go somewhere along these lines. So let's just do it. Why not? Okay. So here's Chili Will's mock draft. Okay. Yes. At pick 61 in the second round, I believe the San Francisco 49ers are going to pick defensive end Drake Jackson. That's my guy, Drake Jackson. That's the guy I told you I like from USC. Drake Jackson. I think he will be our guy. Big boy, 6'4". Let's see. The next pick would be pick 93. I think they're going to go for a wide receiver. Now, I was going to put Christian Watson down there, but just from all the buzz what I've been hearing and watching, it sounds like there's a chance. I don't know. Some other teams have been really expressing some interest in him now, so there's a chance he actually might go sooner than this pick. So that's why I didn't put it. I think I would normally put Christian Watson, but I don't know if he's not available, I'd just say, hey, Treylon Burks. I think he'll be a guy at 93. So I think they go wide receiver 93. At the 105th pick, I'm going to say cornerback Marcus Jones. Now, I get it. There's probably a fat chance he even makes it to the third round, but, hey, anything's possible. You never know. My 134th pick will be running back James Cook from the Georgia. I'm sorry. Wait, I'll get myself confused. Too many of these places. James Cook. Trying to look to see where is he at? Okay, Georgia. Okay, Georgia Bulldogs. Knew it. Okay, from the Bulldogs. I'm just making sure. I started thinking about another running back in my mind. I was getting the schools a little mixed up. So James Cook, running back. I think the Niners could go for running back with their 134th pick. Their 172 pick of the draft, which would be around 5. I think they go for offensive lineman. I think they're going to go for Cole Strange. Brother, right here. Cole Strange. I think he will be 172 pick for the Niners. Now, next pick would be 187. I say safety Leon O'Neal, who I said they're going to meet up with this guy, I think, in the coming days, if they haven't already. But I say they take him at round 6. In fact, I don't even know. Maybe he might not even be available round 6, but, that's where I put him. So it's a fat chance he might not be there. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Pick 220 in round 6. Let's see. I think they're going to go offensive guy. So I say Cam Jurgens, center. That's the guy I picked. Why? Because I just, I think we're going to need a center, and this is one of the guys that the Niners reached out to. Doesn't mean that's the guy they're going to get, but, I'm sure they got a list of folks that could also might be available. I'm not sure, but this is the guy I'm going to roll with. So Cam Jurgens, I think they'll go for him. Next pick at 221. Well, very next one. Linebacker Troy Anderson. Now, this is the guy I like right here. I'm really this kid's out of Montana State. He's a big boy. He's pretty quick on his feet. He's got a good nose for the ball. And you can just tell he's just one of these guys. He kind of, I'm not going to say, I'm not even go there. But anyway, I think he's just got a good nose for the ball. He just, jumps out the screen at me. He's very versatile. I think this is somebody you can use at who knows. He's done a few positions. he played plenty of positions in football, so he's familiar with a lot of those roles, and I think that's what makes him such a good linebacker, because he just has he has the quarterback mentality, because he's played quarterback, and he's good at just getting at the ball. So he's definitely a Chili Will favorite, man, right there. And at 262, we got wide receiver. This is a guy like Danny Gray. Danny Gary. Danny Gary. I'm going to pick on Gray. Let me make sure I got his name right. Where is he? Oh, it's Gray. I got Gary. Anyways, it's Danny Gray. I got his name wrong there. He's right here. So this is a guy Chili Will like. He's a receiver. Now, this kid, like, I'm not lying, but when I watched him, he reminded me a little bit, and I just say a little bit. He had a little bit of that kind of Rice flavor, man. When you like just the way he ran, and just his, looking at his build and his structure, just kind of remind me of a young Jerry Rice. I'm not saying he's nothing like him or anything like him, of course, but but the kid got some good wheels. Look like he's got great hands. I think he's gonna be the last pick of the draft for the Niners at 262. But like I said, they might get him as unrestricted free agent anyway. I don't know. Let me see where he predicted. See if it says on here. Yeah, well, let's just say 5th. Looks like he could be a 5th rounder. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. There you go with Chili Will's mock draft of 2022, and that's what what I got set for now. It could change between now and the next couple of weeks. It's going to be exciting. At the draft. What do you guys think? Do you think the Niners might pull off a big? You think they might trade up? Maybe take some of these picks and try to get up higher in the second round, or maybe even the first round. Who knows? That's what's scary. Anything can happen between now and then, or even the day of the draft, because there's so much wheeling, dealing going on and stuff with all these guys, and anything's possible. Let's see. Yeah. So Nana Liz checked in and said, makes me wonder why Debo removed himself unless he really wants to leave the Niners. Again, I don't think he doesn't want to leave the Niners, Liz. I think it's just more just one of those how can I say, just one of those player tactics to trying to get what they want. He's just looking to get paid this year. And so it's almost like he's sending a personal message by taking himself off the profile, kind of disassociate himself with the Niners, trying to say, look, I'm just trying to get your attention. I want to get paid next year because, after the gentleman out of Diggs out of Buffalo, he just got a new contract. He's making, I don't know off the top of my head how much it was, but it was a lot, and I'm sure Debo's looking at all these guys getting paid and he's thinking like, man, when am I going to get mine? When am I going to get my pay? You know what I'm saying? So Debo just looking to get paid, and I think that's why he did it. So, again, I talked about at the beginning of the show, but I'm not gonna get deep into it again any more than that. But yeah, I think it's all going to be good. I think it's all going to be good as the season rolls along. I think he just got to be patient and wait, and then Lynch, Kyle, I'm sure they're gonna and got the guy's name that handles the finances, but I know he's going to make sure that Debo's taken care of. So we're just praying and hoping everything goes smooth with that. So I think it will. So let me see. So far as news, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover with you guys. I wanted to real quick give us just special holler shout out to my boy Anthony from Hella Fitted. My boy is getting ready to launch his website tomorrow. Okay. I'll put it up here on the screen for you so you know. www.hellafitted.com, man. Check it out. If you're looking to get some nice apparel 49er stuff, he's got well, if you're in the Bay Area and you're like a Giants fan, a Warriors fan, he's got some real clean stuff coming out. Anyway, his website will go live tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow on Friday. So I suggest you, if you have the time, check him out, because you're going to have some good stuff, and you're going to see some of his nice track suits that he has, and I know I'll be on there. Because I want to make sure, I get my hands on some good stuff, and he's always supported the 49 Street Squad, and we support him and stuff. So yeah, man, check him out at www.hellafitted.com. Okay. Really excited. He's really excited about that. So definitely look into that. And let me go ahead and, also, as Niners just recently had Pro Day. They had some players come in about a day or two ago and looked at some guys, some local talent, and looked pretty good. I seen just some of the footage that they post, but we got the spring schedule coming up from 49ers. Off-season program. April 19th. We got the off-season program coming up on the 19th, and then I got OTAs in May on the 23rd and 24th. Also on the 26th, and then again on May 31st through June 1st, and then on June 3rd, then 6th and 7th, and June 9th. So that should be about the time when we start seeing the new talent come in, right? And then you got mandatory minicamp from June 13th to the 15th. So then that's when things really start getting bubbly. You know what I mean? Take that off the screen. So, yeah, spring schedule coming up, guys. The 49ers, it's happening. Let's see. So I think that, see, did I cover everything? I want to make sure I covered everything. I'm looking at my notes here. I don't know. Is there anybody out there that, wanted to say anything real quick before I shut things down in the comments? Hit me up, man. I just want to, first of all, just thank you guys for hanging with me on the 49 Street Squad. In my little draft show, I probably won't be back on again until after the draft, because now we'll talk about the players that, that they did select and, that they did bring on. So, I want to see how close I came as far as the draft picks and stuff. So, and I'm sure it's going to be really exciting. So, I know a lot of people, 2 weeks from now on Thursday, that'll be the first round. And then Friday, I think, is second, third, and I think maybe the fourth round. And then from there on, I think the next 4 rounds, which go rather quickly, would be on Saturday. So stay in tune, make sure that, you guys check it out in a couple of weeks. But I'll be on after that, and stuff. And, we'll talk about the draft picks, man. We're going to get into it, man, and see what you think about it, So with that said, guys, I really appreciate you hanging out with me. Just coming in. Appreciate you guys hanging out, and look forward to seeing you guys in a few weeks. You guys take good care and enjoy yourselves. And I will see you probably, like I said, a week or so after the draft, probably in May. Okay, and have some more fun. Okay, so it's your boy Chili Will. You guys stay 49ers strong. I'm out of here. Love you guys. Much blessings to you, and we'll see you.